unfortunately, there's still too many builders doing work without a written contract, and this really can catch them out if things turn to custard. That includes if there is a claim that needs to be made under their insurance, but just generally, if that contract or that project without a written contract goes pear-shaped, having something in writing and having a contract that stipulates the process and who does what and who's responsible for what can be an absolute lifesaver compared to having no contract, putting yourself at the mercy of the law and what the law says you're obliged to be responsible for, and putting yourself at the mercy of the clients and that sort of he said, she said thing, and text messages and bits of paper and quotes, and it can get really, really messy when it comes to a dispute. So having a contract puts you in control of the process, sets out all the terms and conditions by which the relationship can be managed, and make sure that if anything does turn to custard, you can refer back to that document. It's not the only document, so things like payment claims and payment schedules, making sure that variations are in writing and actually understanding and following the terms of the contract are crucial. But whether you're legally obliged to have a written contract because the work is over 30,000 or not, we see from the claim side, from the dispute side, that when you don't have one, it's much, much messier, much, much more costly than the simple process of just making sure that that bit of paper is put in place with your clients from day one. Also, really try and avoid the temptation to amend the contract, to take out clauses, to try and be accommodating to the client's wishes. All those clauses are in there for a reason, generally to protect the two parties if something goes wrong. So really try and avoid bastardizing any contracts that you have. Also be aware that some contracts can add liability onto the builder outside what you would otherwise legally be obliged to be responsible for. So that sort of contractual liability typically won't be covered by insurance. So the insurance will cover your legal liability, up to a point, depending on what it is, but generally won't cover anything that you have assumed in contract that in the law you otherwise wouldn't be responsible for. And some contracts can have those kind of conditions that they impose on builders. So really important, A, that you have one, B, that you understand what you're taking on as part of that contract, if it's not your standard contract that you use. And by having them, by having a process that includes contracts, you're demonstrating professionalism, you're setting out to the client that this is your process that they follow. Will make sure that the contract and the job generally will go a lot more successfully and with fewer issues.